Hey, what's up guys, Alex the Tech, how you doing? And this is my second video, the second Amazon Prime phone ad, whatever you want to call it. I call it the Prime phone. The first one I showed was the R1 unboxing, R1 HD from Blue. The second one is the Moto G4. So the Moto G4 I have right here in front of me is the fourth generation from Motorola for the Moto G line, and it's a extremely popular line. So the G4th edition, G4, not to be confused with the LG G4 because those are different phones. But the Moto G4 is basically the first true phone designed by Lenovo after the takeover from Google. So this is like fully integrated Lenovo now. So very exciting to see what they came out with here. On the spec sheet, it actually seems pretty reasonable. This one does have ads. Once again, this is a Amazon added phone. On the lock screen, there are ads on it. So we're going to take a look at it. Let's unbox this baby right now. Let's cut the slit open right here. So if we take a look at the spec sheet, we are looking at a 5.5-inch full 1080p screen with a octa-core processor. We're going to take a look at the processor inside. It's a Snapdragon 617, so it's a mid-range processor. It's not too bad. And then the back camera is 13 megapixels, and the front camera is 5 megapixels. We'll test that out in our full review. Has 4G LTE across the line, so you have CDMA and GSM phones all compatible. So that's obviously an awesome thing to have. And I believe this is a dual SIM phone. We'll check it out once we pull it open. And there's a 3000 milliamp battery, so we'll see whether it lasts a full day or not. So 1080p, 3000 milliamp should be okay. Moto G picture in the front, kind of a redesign, a little departure from. Ooh, I feel something shaking in there. Hopefully it's not dislodged. But yeah, why don't we just pull this thing open? All right, so we have the Moto G4 right there in the opening of the box. Not covered in anything. I don't know why it wasn't like that, but they showed the back instead. So there is a Motorola dimple, not as precise as before. Let's set this aside really quickly. And we have an instruction sheet here, if I can pull this off. Or it's not a sheet, it's actually just attached. It says remove, it's a removable back. Uses the nano and a micro SIM card, so it is a dual SIM phone. Nothing else in here. One thing cool about this phone is it comes with quick charge, I believe. So it does support quick charging. So quick charge, here's the power brick. It's a pretty big brick. It reminds me of the power brick that they sold native with the Moto X 2014. And we are using a micro USB, so it's not USB-C. Yep, micro USB, so cool. And then inside the box, we have just more pamphlets that we don't really need because we're very familiar with Motorola phones from years past. So we'll set this aside and we'll look at the phone. Nothing too deep. This is a very simple unboxing. Kind of disappointed actually because Motorola usually has pretty decent unboxings from the Moto X 2014. That was a great phone. But hey, you know what? This phone is really cheap thanks to the Amazon ads on it, so it's even cheaper. Once again, they have a sticker here. Octa-core processor, 13 megapixels, 5 megapixels on the back and the front camera, 4G LTE supports, 5.5 1080p screen, 3000 milliamp battery, and SD card support. So let's peel this off. How do we peel this off? There we go. Oh, there we go. Got that. Let's peel that off. So we have the phone here. Pretty simple looking. It's a plastic build, but build quality seems to be okay. It feels relatively decent in the hand. It's not doesn't feel too cheap, but it does feel significantly cheaper than the initial impressions I had with the R1. So interesting to note, because the R1 is cheaper, but the specs on this is much better. We are looking at the volume rockers right here, and the power button on this side. Then the micro USB charging port on the bottom, nothing on this side, and the headphone jack at the very top. On the back plate, we have the Motorola dimple. It's smaller now compared to the Moto X 2014. I think this is in relative comparison size to the Moto X PE. Yeah, the PE Performance. No, what am I talking about? The Moto X Pure Edition from last year, so it looks like the same dimple size. In the camera with the flash. And let's peel the plate, the back plate out. With these budget phones, we have a back plate. So I believe you can buy different ones from the Motorola store, different colors to mod it. That's a staple for Motorola phones, but the Amazon one comes in a black back, so keep that in mind. Then we have the battery, which is soldered in. It's non-removable. Micro SD card support right here. SIM card number... Oh, okay, so it's a single SIM then. Sorry. Correction, it's a single SIM with micro SD card support. I guess there also is a dual... Is there a dual SIM? There might be a dual SIM version out there somewhere, but this one from Amazon that we purchased is a single SIM with a micro SD card. I will confirm all of this in the full review of this phone. And let's pop the plate up and boot this baby up, see if it has any juice in it. So here we go. And there we go. Moto, powered by Android. It is important to note, too, that Motorola has gone through a significant change because of Lenovo. And as you can see, it says Lenovo now instead of Motorola. And, you know, I have reserved thoughts about that. I want to use this phone first before I make any comments about it. But I am somewhat disappointed with the design language because I was a huge fan of the Moto X. If I was a homer on any particular device, it would be for Motorola because I do have a soft spot for Motorola. And unfortunately, it just seems like the phones just no longer look and feel like the classic Motorola phones that I really like. In classic, I mean the first gen Moto X and the second gen Moto X, not anything too crazy. But here we are. We're signing in right now to the Wi-Fi, and then we're going to take a look at the interface. Checking for software. This runs Marshmallow, so yeah, sure, why not? Oh wait, no, I don't have that. Sorry, I don't have another Moto. I do have an Android phone, but that's kind of annoying. I have to take out my phone. Let's just skip this for now. I'll sign it in later. Okay, and we are back. Sorry that took a while. I probably fast forward past all that stuff, cut it all out. But yeah, we are finally in. This was actually one of the longer setups on recent devices that I've used. So a lot of signing in. It took a lot of time for this thing to get my Google account all set up, which is kind of weird. But now we have the Motorola screen. It is downloading all my apps here, so it might be a little laggy, I guess. But as you can see, it's a pretty sharp-looking screen. I mean, 1080p is not too bad. And the phone doesn't feel too big, actually. This is a 5.5-inch screen, but at the same time, it doesn't feel too gigantic. Here's the OnePlus 3 by comparison. And you can see it's much thicker than the OnePlus 3. And I guess the OnePlus 3 is just slightly longer, but maybe because it's plastic, it might be easier to grip. So I definitely feel like this is a little easier to grip. it's downloading all my stuff from my OnePlus 3, so it's transferring all the files and all the apps it's downloading straight from it. But let's set the OnePlus 3 aside, go into the menu and take a look at it. About phone, software variant, Amazon, software channel, Amazon, as you can see, model number, Moto G4, Android 6.0.1. So we are running Marshmallow. Let's run the Easter egg there. Yeah, so Motorola used to be pretty quick about their updates, but recently with the Lenovo acquisition of it, they've been kind of dropping the balls just slightly. But I do expect this phone to potentially get Android Nougat. I don't know if they've made an announcement yet, but I do think we will get Nougat on this since this is a relatively new phone. But with Motorola, we never know after what happened last year with the Moto E. So definitely, though, the phone seems smooth enough. Of course, we have no apps yet. I will review this when it comes time to do it after I have a good feel for it. Let us take some snapshots of this. So I haven't used a Motorola phone since the Moto X 2014, or I haven't used one full time. It still has the twist to wake feature, I believe. Yep, you can still twist to turn on the camera. So let's just snap a photo there. Okay. Focus seems good. Let's take a selfie. Okay. No gallery button though. Oh, you have to swipe. That's right. You have to swipe. Amazon Photos. So it uses Amazon Photos on default, or you can use Google Photos. Let's use Amazon Photos just to take a look at what it's like. Okay, maybe not. I don't know what happened there. Where's the photos? Amazon Photos. There we go. Okay, no. Where's the gallery app? Gallery app, guys. Come on. Yeah, how do you view the photos then? I'm not sure. I mean, of course, maybe it's just Google Photos. Let's just use Photos. It might be just on Photos then. Well, okay, regardless, it's kind of annoying to view the photos. I don't have a gallery button. There we go. I don't want to do that. I just want to look at the photos. What's going on here? Just once. No, I don't. Is there no gallery app on this? Is that what's happening here? Like, it's not letting me view the photo. What is going on? Okay, well, we use Photos then. There we go. So it's using Google Photos. So as you can see, this is when I manually focused it. I hate new startup phones. Like, so many of these tutorial things. Like, most of us already know what to do. We don't really need to. All right, it's pretty decent. Definitely better than the Moto X 2014. So that was a flagship phone, and this is a budget phone. So we can definitely see how far things have come in a couple years. Yeah, this is pretty sharp. It's pretty sharp. It's pretty good. Seems pretty good. I will test that more in depth, take some photos outside, and download some games and try it out. Pokemon Go, of course, and 7 Nights. I always use that stuff to gauge if a phone can handle it. But, initial impressions of this phone is that they're okay. They're not too bad. I think this is a pretty nice feeling. Oh, I did want to check how much storage is on this phone. I was checking on the R11. Amazon does take up about 5 to 6 gigabytes of storage as it is. So I have Well, it's already automatically downloaded my app, so I would estimate this is about the same. So about 5 gigabytes of used up storage on this device. But this phone does have 16 gigabytes of storage, and it takes up to 256 gigabytes for SD card. So a micro SD card can support up to 256 gigabytes of additional storage. So you should have enough to be able to handle it, especially with Android Marshmallow. You can incorporate the apps onto your SD card. But yeah, once again, this is Alex from Hypnotech. This is the Moto G4, brand new from Amazon with the ads. Oh, let me show the ads too on this phone, just so you guys can see that we have the ads here. So there you go, Fitbit Ultra. So you can swipe it off. Once again, I will make a video very shortly about how to get rid of them. Or not really get rid of them, but work around it. I'll do some tips about how to make this phone feel and work more like a flagship than what it is right now, even though it is a pretty smooth phone at the moment right now. So definitely stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe, like our videos, and we will be back very soon with a lot of other videos. So once again, this is Alex from Hypnotech. I'll see you guys next time. Nice. On the back, it's like a rubberized plastic texture. I'm actually kind of digging this. I assume this is the speaker right here. This looks like the speaker